You've seen it on national television, you've heard it pitched in local and regional newspapers, you've witnessed discussion in your local coffee shop. During a time of record economic upheaval all over the world, North Dakota shines. Our people have jobs, they have homes, they have lives, and they have hope. So what has saved North Dakota from foreclosures and bank failures? What has limited North Dakota's number of lost jobs and lost hope? The national media has come up with all kinds of descriptions to explain North Dakota's stellar performance in today's economy. Most of these newscasts praise our people. They are common sense, they are down to earth, they are practical, they are centered, they are modest. They are not high rollers, they are not highfalutin. To sum it up, the national media has concluded that North Dakotans know how to maintain balance. They seek balance in making decisions, they seek balance when investing, in choosing lifestyles, when running their farms and businesses. It is those qualities in its members that have kept your rural electric cooperatives vital and strong. It is those qualities that have allowed Northern Plains a long, solid history of providing affordable and reliable energy. But that long history has not been without its challenges over the years. In 2009, some of those challenges came compliments of Mother Nature. Who can forget the record snowfall last year? Not the workers at Northern Plains. Nor will they forget last spring's ice storms. Our line crews are still mending the system in the aftermath. But it is snapshots of the 100-year flood that will probably stay with us. We should be used to dealing with flood, as Devil's Lake has been on a rampage for well over a decade. But this spring, our entire service area was impacted by high water. Certainly the damages to our homes, farms, businesses, communities, and roads will plague our wallets and remain in our memories for years to come. Craig Rissavi, manager of operations, comments,
"Our entire service area was impacted by the record snowfall and flooding in 2009. I am mindful of many of our linemen getting up from their dinner tables to respond to emergencies last winter and early spring. But we were able to repair storm damage and still get a lot of maintenance projects done in 2009.
Indeed, the summer of 2009 will go down as memorable. It brought few thunderstorms. It was also one of the driest summers on record. But in the fall, just when farmers in Northern Plains country were looking to harvest, lo and behold, we went back into a wet pattern. In some parts of our service area, the 2009 corn harvest was never completed. When we see our members traverse through such challenge, of course Northern Plains is impacted. Last year, as in most years, our crew spent a lot of time tending to farm needs. Today our farm sector includes small farms, but more and more large farms. However, we do have a diverse membership. We also serve rural residences, urban residences, towns, reservations, elevators, hospitals, commercial businesses, pipelines, and processing plants. Each has its own needs and thus looks to the cooperative for reliable and affordable energy from a different perspective. Representing those divergent needs is the job of your directors. Essentially, they are elected regulators of the co-op. They know the impact of policy changes and rate increases because they are members too. As such, they work long and hard to ensure that all classes of members pay rates that reflect their true cost of service. They do not believe in charging one rate classification excessively in order to subsidize another. But how do they approach such a daunting task as reaching rate equity? In 2009, your board directed management to conduct a rate study. The study not only addressed rate equity, but it also helped directors plan for the future. That future holds power increases as our wholesale suppliers continue to grapple with the need for additional generation. Today, our wholesale supplier, Basin Electric Cooperative, which is owned by 136 cooperatives like Northern Plains, finds itself in a shifting paradigm. For years, Basin generated more power than it could sell. Your cooperative, like others, benefited from low cost of power. However, needs have changed, and Basin must increase its generation capacity. It has been working on that for the past several years. It is investing in wind, natural gas, hydrogen, and waste heat recovery in projects all over its 9-state service area. It is also building Dry Fork Station, a new 385 megawatt power plant that will come online in 2011. Just as cooperatives such as Northern Plains benefited from abundant wholesale power, so too must it pay for this new generation. And that doesn't come cheap. Nonetheless, that cost will be reflected in the future price we pay for wholesale power. Increasing power costs. They are the reality for your board of directors. They know those increases must be reflected in all classes of the cooperative's rate structure. It is with great deal of study and discussion that the board has implemented rate increases for 2010. Helping members deal with that increased cost of energy is an important step as directors strive to seek balance. In 2009, your directors approved a program to reward good energy behavior. The Together We Save rebate program offers members rebates on energy-efficient washers, refrigerators, freezers, dishwashers, heat pumps, and water heaters. The program, implemented in June, has enjoyed good participation by members. It will continue in 2010. Your Northern Plains directors feel confident the rebate program gives members incentives to save energy, and thus holds down energy costs. At the same time, the board continues to look at ways to hold down its own costs. Our alliance with Dakota Valley has allowed us to gain efficiencies. Changes to our work processes, especially in load management and engineering, have allowed us to realize savings. At the same time, the alliance allows our employees to specialize. These specialty roles will give us the prowess we need to implement technology that will help us realize more savings. Employees have contributed significantly to our quest to become more efficient. Over the years, they have accepted greater and greater workload. In 1995, there were 33 inside employees between Carrington and Candu offices. Today, there are 24 inside employees, 6 of whom are shared with Dakota Valley, who together are achieving the same or better standard of service to members. In its continued effort to increase efficiency, Northern Plains in 2009 completed the second of a 4-year system improvement work plan. This plan allows the cooperative an opportunity to forecast the future and plan accordingly. Manager of Engineering Gary Allen comments.
I think of the 4-year construction work plan as a roadmap of sorts. It helps us to prioritize those tasks and projects that are so critical to maintaining our system. When we have challenges like those last spring with severe weather and unusual harvest weather, it is more important than ever to have these issues prioritized and defined.
As challenging as it is, your directors can plan for increased cost of power. What they cannot forecast is the future impact of climate change legislation on energy prices. Your board and management follow closely all proposed legislation, but they do not have a crystal ball that tells them the impact that climate change legislation will ultimately have on our wholesale power costs. Board President Tracy Bowe, who is also a North Dakota legislator, weighs in on the subject.
There's a lot of emotion surrounding the issue of climate change, and it's our job to communicate to our leaders in Washington the impact that legislation will have on North Dakota.
President Bowe and other state legislators do advocate for balance, and our vast network of cooperatives at the state and national levels allows cooperatives such as Northern Plains a good place at the table of discussion. We continue to encourage our congressional delegation to advocate for balance. Fortunately, our legislative leaders do understand. They have been leaders on the side of common sense, of practicality, of balance. But what would we expect? They are, after all, from North Dakota.